Oh no, we got the camera problem again. Oh, for crying out loud. That's not cool. All right, let's see. There we go. All right. Hopefully everybody can hear me. What's going on over here, everybody? Welcome to Tuesday Talk, May 27th. I am not like and now I've got myself playing in my headset. This is great. What is happening? Oh no. Oh no. All right. So we've got a little technical issue here. Great. I can't get out of this. All right. I have got some. Oh, this is crazy. There are windows open everywhere, and I've got video in my headset, and I can't get to the window. Oh, this is ridiculous. All right. So we'll do that and quit that. This is this is funny. Uh, oh, no. Oh, no. Alright, I think I got it straightened out now. Boy, that was a ooh, that did not work out well this morning. I got online 45 minutes early. I had stuff set up. I was ready to go, and as soon as I clicked the button, well, that's the deal with live, I guess. That's how things go. So I think I'm going to cancel this background here in a second because it's kind of making me nuts. So we'll get rid of that virtual background. I think it's because that Air Force flag is blue. Maybe I'll just take down that Air Force flag and see what happens. That might help it out. There we go. That's a little better. Just want to say welcome back, everybody. After a long weekend, Memorial Day weekend can be tough for a lot of us, right? Anybody. It doesn't have to just be a veteran. It can be anyone. Um, that struggles with loss of a veteran friend, a service friend. It could be somebody you never met. Could be a grandparent that passed away during a war or a conflict, or an uncle or anybody. And it's yes, mother, I'm on. Same time. Please don't text me while I'm in the show. Yes. So, all right, hang on just a minute, Mom. I will make sure to get you on here. Just hold on a minute. So, yeah, Memorial Day can be hard, and there's no shame in that, right? Make sure that you take the time to acknowledge those feelings, those emotions. Don't sit with them and allow them to affect you or take you out of where you are, and lose your mindfulness. A lot of us deal with trauma in different ways, but many of us have the same type of reactions, right? So, yeah, don't let it get too hard on. Don't be too hard on yourself. I posted the link to join the stream right there in the chat on YouTube. It's obviously only going to work while we're live. So if you are on and you want to pay attention, you want to join the show, hey, click that link over here. Go ahead and join us. And you know what? Maybe we'll get you on. You can share a little bit of your story, your time, your experiences. We are waiting on Albert today. Albert had a VA appointment, so he will be coming in later. Waiting for him to get back. It shouldn't be too much longer, but Albert had a lot of weekend stuff going on. Albert's actually had a lot of stuff going on for about 3 weeks now, and really proud of him and everything that he is going through and still being able to carry the mission forward. So thank you to Albert. You gotta wait 1 minute. I gotta text my mom the link to YouTube. So just hang on 1 second. Let me get that to her. And There it is. So mom has been taken care of. So there you go, mom. So we got 7 people watching right now, and I'm really excited about that. So thank you very much, guys. As you can see over here on the screen, we got the Tuesday Talk right there. Go ahead and email the show. Let me know you're listening. Tell me what you think. Tell me how we can improve the show a little bit better. Right down below, right here, you got save22.vet and the I33. I'm sorry, the phone number 833 I save 22. That'll ring to any one of 5 of us that will get back to you at some point. Listen, if you're struggling, you got to make that 988 call, right? Or find that 3 a.m. buddy that we have, and you know, just share it. Let them know you're struggling and talk about it, and be honest with yourself and them, right? But not everybody's going to deserve that story, so be aware of that, okay? And not everybody's going to give you the answer you're looking for, but they might tell you the truth, and others might just perpetuate your negativity and your backwards thinking and your negative thinking and your yeah, you got to be careful who you tell your story to. So be careful about that, right? Hey, it looks like we got Tom and Karen and Chuck. Hey, thank you all for joining me. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you guys. Karen had a great weekend. Karen got to go back to the track for the first time this year, I believe, with NASCAR and Mike Harmon Racing. So congratulations to Karen. We know you've been struggling, honey. I absolutely love you in this 10-year partnership that we've had. You are the sister I did not have. So thank you very much, sweetheart. You are an amazing individual. I heard of some of your conversations. I watched your Facebook this weekend, and we at Save 22 cannot thank you for all that you do to coordinate all those veterans and first responders that we get to the track, we get to meet and have fun with, discuss the back porch conversations, and share part of ourselves that we don't normally get to do with our own family and friends. So thank you for that. I really would like to think back and see how many veterans have been directly affected by the partnership of Mike Harmon and Save 22. Even when Save 22 is not at the track, Mike Harmon and Karen still bring guys to the track and gals, and they're just a fantastic organization. And that's all thanks to Karen and Mike. So thank you to you two very, very much. I know it's been a tough year for you. You're not making as many races as you'd like to. Just keep digging. Just keep digging. We'll be there with you. Whether it's in NASCAR or at the local short track, please keep digging. We love y'all. Chuck Cook's had some stuff going on in the last couple weeks too. He was down at a car show. He took over for Albert. He went ahead and set it all up and sat there and raised some awareness. I do not remember which car show it was. Hopefully Chuck will chime in here real quick and let us know. Maybe Chuck will join through that link right there in the chat. I think it's over there. So click that link at the top of the chat. We'd love to talk with you. If you've seen us at our events, if you've been to our events, if you've contacted us, if you've done anything with Save 22, if you're a veteran with your own nonprofit and you got a story to share, hey, listen, man, we'd love to have you on. I want to talk about what I did this past weekend, right? So we had to do a little self-care this week. As many of you know or don't know, I have a fractured back. I fractured my back when I was 19 years old in the service, and now I'm 53 something. And the effects of that are wearing on me, right? So there's some nerve damage back there. There's some impingement, some narrowing, and I go through and I get what's called an RFA ablation. So it's a frequency tone that they stick needles down in your back right onto the nerve, and they burn it off. They burn off the sensory part of the nerve. They put me into, they say, sedation with first ed. And ironically, it didn't kick in until I got to the recovery room. So it was really fun. But when you have that done, you got to take a break. You got to stay down. You got to manage yourself, because number one, it's an invasive procedure, and two, guys like us tend to overdo it when we can't feel the pain. So I took it easy. I really did. I watched a lot of racing. There was a lot of racing this weekend. I absolutely love Memorial Day weekend for the races. You get the spectacle of Monaco. You get the pomp and circumstance over there with all the mega yachts and the municipality and the royalty and celebrity. It's really an amazing race. This year they added a couple pit stops to make it more interesting. I don't know if it worked or not. It was exciting to me. And then you got the Indianapolis 500, the granddaddy of them all. And speaking of the Indy 500, our partners Patrick with Goat Locker Racing wearing their shirt today. Check them out. Just want to say thanks to those guys. They're really awesome. They're a nonprofit out of Indiana that get simulator rigs, racing setups to other veterans all across the country. And they provide access to iRacing leagues on iRacing, and they give them the funds to set it up and how to I'm not in sim racing. I don't know the particulars of it, but it's a full, turnkey setup. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, turnkey. And they're really doing awesome things. I don't remember how many numbers they're up to now, but man, they're smaller, brand new, 3 years. I think they've been in business, but they got to take guys to the Indianapolis 500 this weekend because of the partnerships that he's made, right? And putting himself out there. So kudos to them. Patrick, Goat Locker Racing. Great job, guys. Way to get guys to the Indy 500 and have one of those once in a lifetime experiences, get them out of their shell and just have some bro time. Right. So really appreciate those guys. Thank you very much. The Indianapolis 500 was exciting. It had a wreck on the very first lap. It was the parade lap, if I remember right. What a heartbreak for Scott McLaughlin. Man, you spend a month getting ready, and all of a sudden you're out before the green flag even drops. And that's life sometimes. So that is what it is. I didn't get to watch a lot of it. I watched most of it. Got to see the ending on my phone. Spent some time with some dear friends this weekend at the lake on Sunday, just kind of hanging out, listening to some music, enjoying that fireside chat, right? That porch time. It was much needed and greatly appreciated. Didn't get to watch a lot of the 600, the Coca-Cola 600. We got to see Kyle Larson try to do the double, something that's only been completed 1,100 miles by a couple people. And I know one of them being Tony Stewart back in the day. That is the National Racing Series stuff. How about our stuff with Albert and Chuck? Chuck's on here. Chuck said he had his nerve ablation on Thursday. Chuck, I hope you're feeling better. I don't know what section of the back yours was in. I know where mine was. And let's just say I was face down, bare ass up when they were putting them needles in for me. So I know what you went through, my brother, and I can't thank you enough for all that I saw you go do this weekend. I know it had to be challenging for you. So thank you for putting up with all of that yourself, just to be there for the others at Charlotte this weekend. Albert's still not back on yet, but we do have Karen and Chuck. They were there this weekend. I don't have access to any pictures at this time, but from what I saw, it was an amazing event. I heard a lot of stories of people that weren't even associated with Mike Harmon or Save 22 crossing the pit lane, right? Crossing the garage to find the Save 22 guys and just shake their hand and say thank you. And it's humbling. I was listening to a Memorial Day or Purple Heart Day event with Graham Greene from 2018, and he gave the story of Bill Ryder. And Bill was a Marine in Vietnam who lost a dear friend over there, which many of us did, right? I mean, not me, I wasn't over there, but many veterans lost very, very close friends. You form those bonds, and then you have to witness their demise. I mean, that the end of them being here physically, right? And it can be traumatic for people. I think it's a human experience. I don't think it's a strictly war experience. I think all humans go through some type of trauma, and some can handle it better than others. I think it is inevitable at some point that when a human goes through war, that you're going to move on or you're going to continue to live it. And some of us continue to live it at some point in our lives, or we get drugged back into it mentally. And Bill talked about going to the VA for a heart procedure. And when he was talking to the doc, they recommended he talk to a shrink. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that, to a psychiatrist. And what they told him was they diagnosed him with PTS. And he said, no, not me. It's been 30 years. I'm fine. There ain't nothing wrong. And what he realized was he's right. There is nothing wrong. It's a condition. It's a response from trauma. It happens to everyone. But the things that happen to people in war are not stuff that happens every day to people. And the veterans are exposed to it, especially combat veterans, are exposed to it repeatedly, day after day, months, sometimes longer than a year at a time. You know, World War II, they were there till the end. World War I, they were there till the end. Vietnam was 1 year, 13-month rotations type stuff. When I was in, we were doing anywhere from 3 to 6 months. When Desert Storm kicked off, it was open-ended. When we went over, I didn't go over for Storm, my unit went, but I was there for Provide Comfort and Northern Watch and things like that afterwards. And then obviously Iraq and Afghanistan. You know, he decided that Bill Ryder, he decided that in order to cure myself, these are his words, in order to cure myself, I could reach out and help others. And that's exactly what Save 22 is all about. The individuals that have had the most effect and most impact inside of Save 22 for the last 10 years. See that 10 years right there? I really got to get used to this mirror thing. 10 years, right? 10 years. Ooh, that was pretty cool. Look how my picture shows up when I do that. That's me 6 months after I joined the service. Boy, was I little. So, you know, that's exactly what we do. We just make ourselves available. We show up and we share a little bit of ourselves. We offer our time, our attention, just to be there for these guys. And the partnerships that we've made, whether it be Mike Harmon Racing or Goat Locker or Ryan Roulette Racing, Carson Brown Motorsports, you know, whatever series it's in. That's my experiences, right? The motorsports. Save 22 obviously has partnerships with other organizations that do other things, but motorsports is my cup of tea, right? That's my bread and butter. That's what I've been around my whole life. And, you know, those are my experiences. So that's what we do. We get you out of your shell. Come enjoy it, right? Be around those guys that you shared those conversations about nothing in the middle of nowhere with guys you'll never ever forget, right? Come feel that again, right? Come do it. Get out of it. Just say yes, right? I'm going to hold off on our special announcement because I don't want people to just come in here and get our keyword and disappear. So we're going to hold off on that, but we do have some pretty cool announcements coming. Chuck, if you're still listening, do you mind clicking on, or Karen? You know what? I want Karen to come on. Karen, I don't have to use your video, but we can have you talk if you like. I'd like to have you come on and talk about who you brought to the track and what you saw going on. And you know what? We might even talk about that hubby of yours and his experience that he had at Charlotte with the 4-wide. I'd really love to have James come on and share his experiences with us. It would be really, really cool. I'm going to go ahead and refresh our sign over here and maybe get caught up a little bit and see what happens. All right. Hey, look at that. 22 minutes. 22 again. What else do we have? So we can talk about my time at the Minerva Murph Challenge this weekend. The Minerva Murph Challenge, this was their first year for this. It was put on by Chris. Chris just wanted to raise some awareness, right? He's a fitness guy. He loves to be active. And he thought, hey, let's try this Murph Challenge. Now, if you don't know about the Murph Challenge, it's pretty intense, right? It's a 1 mile run, 100 pull-ups, 200 sit-ups, and 300 squats, and then another mile. So we kicked this thing off at noon. I got to make contact with a wrestling coach and one of his students, one of his wrestlers, a 19-year-old kid. And, they had no attachment to the military. They were here for Chris and to raise awareness for us and Save 22 and Hogs Helping Heroes. And they took time out of their Memorial Day to spend it with us. And, they really impacted me with their commitment and how driven they were to make sure that they completed it together. So I coined them and I said, you know what, this is the philosophy of Save 22. You will never be alone as long as you have that friend with you. And you two really exhibited that. And we just wanted to thank you for that. I don't know the numbers of how many people showed up. I did not sell any merch. There wasn't any back porch time, right? It was a smaller event. I'd say maybe 50 total people, but what they showed me was their commitment to make a difference and have an impact in their community. So we're going to partner with them for next year, the 2026 Minerva, God bless it, the Minerva Murph Challenge. You might have to talk to him about the tongue twister that he created there. But, there were at least a dozen that I talked to, and there were 3 young boys there who were sixth grade. And they did their mile run together, 4 laps around the track. And I think it's called a Murph bar or Murph setup. And they would get up and they would do as many pull-ups as they could. And then they would do their push-ups. And then they would do their crunches. And they would get up and they would go do them again. And I really don't know how long it took them to do it, but none of them quit. And all 3 of them were there talking to each other, picking each other up when the times were tough, making them go, right? Just give them that one more push, that one more sit up, that one more pull up, right? Just keep going, keep helping. Don't stop. It was really inspiring to see. One of the boys' dads I think he was a naval recruiter. He wants to get in contact and do some things. He has children who are into motorsports, and he has no idea where that came from, but they are all about race cars. So, boy, I really hope he reaches out and gives us a call. Maybe we can get them involved in some motorsport stuff for them. Boy, what else happened? I had a conversation with a lady who was talking about her products and being homeopathic and more natural, and really good conversation there. We'll talk about that more later when I get some more research done on that. But really a big shout out to Chris and the H3 folks. So Karen just texted and said she's only listening right now while she is at an appointment. If she gets out and we're still on, she'll be happy to join us. So thank you, Karen, for that. Chuck, if you want to come on and talk about your experiences, we'd be happy to have that. Tom Indorf, I think, is listening. He might be sitting at his shop and not be able to join as well. Where is my buddy Steve? Steve always comes on. I'm sure he'll show up. Pete Dohar, I know Pete's going to come around here in a minute. All these guys that support us. I got to hear from a couple people at the lake this weekend that, they listen, and that was really special. So thank you very much for your time and attention. And, it's not easy to get on this thing and listen. There is something playing in the background, and I don't know what it is. Boy, that's weird. I don't have any idea what that is. So if my wife's listening, hey, turn the music off. Yeah, so let me check my list here and see what we got and see what we can talk about next. I know what we can talk about next. I want to do another talk show. I want to do another podcast, and I want it to be where we highlight veterans and what they've done, kind of like a Buddy Check 22 episode. And what we would do is we would record it kind of like we did on Straight Talk, and we would put it out at at a dedicated time, right? So we wouldn't have to do these things live. We could record on your time. We could talk as long as we want. We could make it as short as we want. You can be very specific. You can be very open in general. But I'd like to really do that format like we did on Straight Talk. I think Straight Talk was done at a time when my mental capacity was a whole lot different. My outlook, my perception of things was way different back then. I think I was more of a negative individual or an embarrassed individual about the things that I was going through or had done or whatever it was. And I feel like I'm in a much better place mentally, maybe not so much physically, but definitely mentally, right? That there are things that just happen, and there's nothing that we can do about them, and we have to accept it. You know, I'm a big writer when it comes to things that won't get off my head. So we're just laughing at Karen here. Pulling up my notes that I made prior. Oh, yeah. Hey, let's talk about this real quick. So a couple weeks ago, Safe 22, myself and Jason, we were invited as guests of Omega, and Omega is the Ohio Mid-Eastern Governments Association. And what they do is they take nonprofits and other organizations, and we try to find them, or they try to find us grants that fit their mission and what we do. And back at the beginning of May, we were able to, Jason and I were able to present a pitch, essentially, to a funders group. These are government organizations, entities that offer grants. And we were able to pitch a health and wellness center that Save 22 and Tom, and that Jason has championed. He has really put forth a lot of effort over the past 10 years, right? In an effort to get the Carroll County Veterans Club. I'm sorry, I messed that up. There is a Carroll County Veterans pool facility that is a historical site that has been gifted to Save 22. And the plan is to convert this into a community center, offering health and wellness, homeopathic, and current pharmaceutical remedies to the entire community, not only veterans and first responders. It would be a phased event, right? We have received a grant to repair the roof. So that's our first step. So thank you to everyone that participated in that. We are always looking for donations for that, support, funders, anybody that can help us out with that. So yeah, give us a shout. We are looking at approximately a 5,000 square foot gym, 10,000 square feet of office space. We would offer mental health services, chiropractic services. We've had commitments from medical providers to partner with us and provide doctors and specialists to be in the facility and create a environment where we could eventually have the only medical facility in Carroll County doing this, right? That would also double as a community center, community event center, a rec center, possible after school activities for individuals. And then the final phase would be the repair of the pool. And thank you, Greg. Really appreciate you, my brother. Thank you very much. Greg just chimed in and said he was listening. So thanks, buddy. I appreciate you very much. And I accept your prayers, most definitely. So thank you, sir. Hope you're doing well. So the Safe 22 Health and Wellness Center, this is our second time pitching for some funding. We have broken it down into phases, like I said. So we pitched for phase 1 and 2 to be done together. We're looking at a few $1 million, guys. So, help us raise some awareness, get the story out there, get us out there talking about it, help us get some help for this Save 22 Health and Wellness Center. So we participated in that. Thank you, Dr. Vicky Maple. We could not have gotten as far as we have gotten without you. So thank you very much for that. And everyone, Alan Knapp, Chris Madransky, the Carroll County Commissioner, thank you for your assistance on that. And then Thursday, we sat at a community event at the Eric Snow YMCA in Canton, Ohio. It is a veterans community health fair put on by the Eric Snow YMCA. I think it was their second year for it. I'm not sure. It's the second year that I was involved. And we made a whole lot of contacts, right? We got to talk to some veterans, talk about their struggles. We got to partner up with or meet and discuss with a couple other organizations in the Canton, Stark County area. Specifically, we got to talk to Armada, which is a recovery facility. And we got to talk to Honor Court, our buddy Stan Neighbors over there at Honor Court. I'm just pulling up my business cards and my notes so I can remember who I talked to. You know, Stan Neighbors with the Veteran Service Commission. He's the outreach mentor coordinator for the Veteran Service Commission. That's a program in Massillon, Stark County area of Ohio that when veterans get into misdemeanors and they have to go to court, one of the things that they offer them is Honor Court. So he was curious how Save 22 and Honor Court could work together, providing some community service efforts and things like that. So hopefully we'll see where that goes moving forward and how we can help those guys out. We got to meet with Stark Health and a guy named Scott who drives the mobile unit around. And what Scott does is provide Narcan at community events, and they go into neighborhoods and areas and educate people on diseases and addiction. And now they're starting a new initiative on STI, sexually transmitted infections. I believe they said they were going to do some testing, on-site testing in those mobile units for that as well. So that's really a great community partner right there. We have Armada Recovery with Alyssa. Alyssa's very special because Alyssa only came to the event to say thank you to me for helping one of her friends. And that's really, really cool that she did that. And I can't thank her enough for taking time out of her day to come see us specifically for that. The ulterior motive was to get us involved with Armada because they're working on a veteran and first responder program there at Armada. Very humbled and honored that she thought of us to talk to them about how their program will work and maybe getting us involved somehow and spending some time with these guys in recovery. You know, many of you know, many of you don't know. I'm 17 years alcohol free, right? 9.5 years post-suicide attempt. You know, it's, I attempted suicide sober. There you go. I wasn't drunk. I wasn't under the influence of any illegal substances. I was 100% sober. With not clear thinking is what was happening to me. So, you know, it's not just a drug-induced thing. It can be completely sober. I do believe now at this time that my stuff was caused by pharmaceuticals, the drugs that I was being given for my mental health by the VA, and the side effects and the interactions that every time I would go in, I would say something that was going on with me. And instead of talking about it, they would just throw another drug at me. And being in the mindset that I was in, I would just take it. And, you know, that's a rough place to be, right? That's a rough place to be because you think a pill is going to fix it. And the pill doesn't fix it. It helps you deal with it, right? And then you have to educate yourself. And I got into a spot where I was just taking the drugs, right? So I would call myself an over-the-counter addict too. I don't like labels. I don't like that kind of stuff. I don't want to be called an addict, but you know what? I was an addict, right? I was addicted to alcohol because I didn't want to think. I was addicted to pills from doctors prescribed because I didn't want to think. I didn't want to deal with what I was going through. And these recovery specialists, especially Alyssa, who is a veteran, you know, they can help you get through that. They really can. Because what I've noticed is it's not a drug problem. It's not an alcohol problem. It's a you problem. It's a thinking problem. It's a me problem. It's an ish me, right? I'm not thinking straight. I'm not thinking correctly. I'm not thinking logically. I'm thinking emotionally, and that's not who I was, right? Or who I am. Something had happened to me. I don't know what, but I switched, right? I started being an emotional thinker instead of a logical thinker, and it didn't work for me. I was jacked. Um, so it's going to be nice to be partnered up with some of these people and talk about my experiences and how we can move forward and uh, and help these guys with addictions and stuff like that. So the other people that I met was Seniors Helping Seniors. That's Jim Benson. He's the owner and president, franchise owner, and what they do is they get out and they help people, seniors with mobility issues or self-care issues, and they can come and set you up with the right people that you need. So seniorshelpingseniors.com is that guy, Jim Benson. Really cool dude. He made an effort to come over and talk to me, because what I did was I laid my card out on everybody's table that was presenting that day, and I happened to be the second one in the building, so it was really cool. Everybody got to see the Save 22 card. What happened after that? Yeah, we were there for a couple hours last week. We got to have the van out, got some sights seen. Oh, wait, I got to talk about this other guy too. And I got to get his name right. So give me 1 second, because it's a unique name, but I loved it. It was great. There he is. Rabion is his name, Rabion, and he was in the Army in food service, and now he's got a food truck. And he come out and he sat at the Y that morning in the rain, in the yuck, and he sold his product. And he's got a great attitude. He's got a good story, a great story. Everyone has a good story, right? Because it's your story. You wrote it. You made it happen. So don't forget to share your story with somebody. You never know who it might help. And we're going to connect and we're going to talk. And hopefully we'll get to have him on the Tuesday talk. We'll see what happens. But Rabion, man, congratulations. If you ended up listening, fantastic for you. Very happy for you. Very glad I got to meet you and hang out for those couple minutes. I'd also like to talk and give a thanks to Felicia Thurman. She has an all-women's gym in North Canton, Ohio, and she is a friend of Laura Schaefer. Many of you remember Laura Schaefer as Moto's mom. Not the introduction we wanted to make with her son taking his own life and becoming one of the 22, but she has become an incredible advocate, speaking out for mental health awareness and our warriors. And Felicia asked if she could sell some Save 22 merch and raise some awareness and some money for Save 22. So we hooked her up, and we just want to say thank you to Felicia for doing that. So if you're taking part, it is a private gym. She does one-on-one coaching and personal coaching with a couple group classes on Saturdays. So Felicia, kudos to you for living your dream and doing what you love to do. So thank you for that. Well, I think I've almost hit everybody, and we still don't have Albert back yet, but that's okay. We had Greg chime in. We had Karen chime in. We got Chuck chiming in. Tom chimed in and said it happens, but I think he left. I don't know what's going on with that one. What do we got next on my list? I want to say a huge thank you to Don Beechler and the Bolivar Army Navy here in Ohio. They reached out last week and donated over $3,000 to Save 22 to go directly to our program. So thank you to the Bolivar Army Navy and Don Beechler for all that you do for our veterans and our programs here at Save 22. They have been a phenomenal supporter of ours with their monetary donations into the thousands of dollars. Hundreds of veterans assisted with those funds. So thank you very much, Bolivar Army Navy. So listen, I need some help, guys. I need you to get into, nope, wrong side. I need you to email me right there at save22. I'll get this right. It's the struggles of life. Tuesday Talk at save22.vet. If for nothing else, just to make sure that the email is working, people. So shoot me an email, Tuesday Talk at save22.vet. I'd love to hear from you. Talk to me about what you got going on, how Save22 can come help you, how you received assistance from. Thanks, Chops. Chops just said, not sure if it'll help him, but you're doing great. Thanks, man. Hey, Drabic, Goat Talk, Goat Locker Racing. There he is, Senior Chief. Man, congratulations to you. I really want to hear about your experiences at the Indy 500. That had to be phenomenal for you. Let's connect again and get you on this show and talk about all that you and Goat Locker are doing to help our veterans. That iRacing stuff is absolutely amazing. It is incredible, the detail and the realism that you get with those systems. So thanks, my friend. Looking forward to hearing from you very, very soon. Pulling out the notes again. Let's see where we're at on the golf program. All right, the golf program. On Monday nights at Zor Golf here in Ohio, we have 12 veterans receiving their golf diversion therapy courtesy of Save 22. Those guys are going to golf every Monday for 16 weeks, I believe it is. And part of their league fees is they get to golf at no cost for the entire year at that course. The only thing they have to pay for is a cart, which I think is like $6. So, we're really excited that we were able to do that this year. Kudos to Matt Bertram and his golf program inside of Save 22 for being able to do this. We are working right now. I'm kind of on his team with the golf stuff. We're looking to have a golf outing, hopefully in September area. We're throwing that around right now, trying to find a perfect date for that, which we all know you're never going to have a perfect date, right? We've got our donor letter ready. We're looking to send that out this week and try to get some sponsorship for that. So be on the lookout for our golf outing. Oh my goodness, my dogs are back. I'm on the phone. Look, quit. I'm not on the phone. I'm on, what am I on? Oh yeah, YouTube. That's where I'm on. But my little Shih Tzus got themselves all cleaned up. So Mama's taking care of that. They're going upstairs. They were looking pretty nasty, man. They went about 6 weeks without a grooming. And I don't know what you know about Shih Tzus, but man, they need groomed. So yeah, there we are. What are we talking about? The golf program, right? Monday night, Zor Golf. We'll be out there periodically throughout the season for those guys. Bring the Save 22 out, have a cigar, sit and talk, maybe play around with them. We'll see. We don't know where my back's going to be. I might just, pick it up. That's a gimme, right? And then on Wednesday nights, I'm very happy to announce that we have 6 veterans receiving golf diversion therapy courtesy of Save 22 in the Mike's Again Golf League on Wednesday night. The Monday Night Golf League is the Magnolia League, and that was brought to us by our very own Albert Wooden. This Mike's Again Golf League was brought to us by my uncle, Uncle Bob, Vietnam era veteran. He spent his time in Korea. So very grateful that our organization can help these 6 veterans on Monday and 6 veterans on Wednesday, 12 veterans on Monday receive golf therapy, throughout the entire year, courtesy of Save 22. And we can only do that through the donations, and the community partners that we get. So please don't hesitate to, right here, right at save22.vet. I'm trying to follow it there. There it is. So the save22.vet, there is a donate now button. And you know what? We can take $10, $5, $20. Hell, you know what? If you got $2,500, I'll take that. Because I will tell you, for $2,500, I'll bet you that I can get 10 to 15, maybe even 20 veterans an experience of their lifetime for $2,500. So, we're doing things on the cheap, on the down low. But man, we could really use some assistance. Always looking for funds, always looking for volunteers. We are revamping our systems right now, so please be patient with us. If you hit us up at info@safe22.vet, be patient. We are having some rearrangement issues, I guess you'd say, with our electronic stuff, because I don't know the real words. So hit us up at Tuesday Talk. Look, I did it right the first time. Tuesday Talk. Tell us about the show, who you'd like to see, what you'd like to hear, that type of stuff. And here we go. We have big announcement time. I really wish I knew what I was doing and I could throw this like big excitement thing up on the screen here. Carson Brown Motorsports. I'm gonna put their stuff up here. No, I'm not, because I don't have their link ready. So I'm not gonna do that, and Fiddle mess with it. So Carson Brown Motorsports. Carson is an up and coming driver, 16, 17 years old, graduated high school early with like a 5.0 grade point average or something. The kid was ridiculously smart, and he's driving everything with four wheels on it, pavement, dirt. The guy's probably going to race snowmobiles at some point. But you know what? Carson Brown Motorsports reached out to us and said, hey, we'd like to help you. So this is what we're going to do. Carson Brown Motorsports has graciously offered 12 veterans the opportunity to attend Eldora Speedway, the historic Eldora Speedway here in Ohio, June 6th and 7th for the Dirt Late Model Series. It's going to be racing at Eldora. 12 veterans. The only way that I can get you into this program, this event, is for you to, did it wrong, email TuesdayTalk at safe22.vet. TuesdayTalk at safe22.vet with the keyword dirt, DIRT, keyword dirt, DIRT, for the June 6th and 7th event at Eldora Speedway. What this is going to do is get you access to the event, and you will be in the pits with Carson Brown Motorsports and his car and his team. They are some of the most down-to-earth, genuine individuals who just want to go racing that you will ever meet in your life. We are incredibly grateful to have these guys raising some awareness for Safe 22 and taking veterans to the track and giving them that motorsports diversion therapy that did so many good things for me, right? So the keyword is dirt, and the only way to do it is Tuesday Talk at safe22.vet. June 6th and 7th, Eldora Speedway, dirt late models. Be there or be square. Let's get our race on, shall we? That's announcement number one, ladies and gentlemen. Announcement number two. Lex June in the Top Fuel NHRA 222 car will be racing at Norwalk, Ohio, June 26, 27, and 28. Our opportunity with Lex June is 10 veterans maximum per day. You do not have to go all 3 days. You can go one day. You can go all days. 10 veterans per day. We're going to do this one the same way, guys. Tuesday Talk at safe22.vet, keyword NITRO. NITRO, NITRO. Put that keyword NITRO in the subject line. Let me know you want to attend. The only thing I'm going to need for any of these events is I need proof that you're a veteran, so a DD-214 or your VA card. That will serve me just fine. You are responsible for transportation to and from the track. We cannot provide lodging at these events at this time due to funding. But what you do get at these events is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, up close and personal, with Lex June, the man, the myth, the legend, an FIA drag racing champion over in Europe, who is trying to make waves inside of the NHRA with his never quit attitude and team. They are outstanding. Absolutely love those guys and all that they do for us and Save 22 and our veteran community. They are absolutely incredible, and you will not forget this experience. Once again, Norwalk, Ohio, NHRA Top Fuel Drags, Lex June number 222, the Never Quit team, June 26, 27, and 28 at Norwalk, Ohio. You get there by the Tuesday Talk at save22.bet. Shoot me an email, keyword nitro for the nitro top fuel guys, keyword dirt if you want to go dirt track racing at Eldora Speedway. That's where we're at. That's what we're doing. There's our surprise. I waited 45 minutes in to get it, so hopefully you guys got it. You can take a look at it. Hit us up. I'm excited. I'm ready to do this. I can't wait to go sit with these guys at the racetrack and watch what they do. Carson has been an absolute phenom in the racing community in the ASA series, the ASA Stars Tour. He does dirt lot late model stuff. He does super lates. He does asphalt. He does dirt. This kid is just absolutely amazing. I would not be surprised if we see this kid in the NASCAR Cup Series at some point in the very, very near future. If not Cup, somebody's going to give him a ride in the Xfinity Series. They just have to. This kid is awesome. Come out and see us. Hang out, get some diversion therapy, listen to the roar of the engine, smell the nitro, smell the gas, feel the rubber, the dirt. I don't care what you got to do to get over there, but come hang out with us. It's going to be an incredible time. Samson's going to go because I'm going to make him go. Come on, buddy. Get your butt in there. Email me at Tuesday Talk. We'll make sure that we get you on there. Yeah, we may even have a couple of the board members of Save 22 joining us. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I want to talk real quick about our next NASCAR four-way. I'm sorry, your four-way. Our next trip is going to be at Michigan the same weekend, June 6th and 7th. So the ARCA series is going to be doing a one-day event. They're going to go in first thing in the morning. They'll race in the afternoon, and they'll be out of there that evening. It's a cost-saving measure by the ARCA Menards series to kind of keep costs down for these guys to go racing. Our partner, Ryan Roulette Racing, an active duty pilot who races on leave with the ARCA series in the number 67 VFW car, is going to be up there at the track in Brooklyn, Michigan. And Save 22's very own Crystal is taking the lead on this event. This will be her first event as a Save 22 representative, and we couldn't be more excited for Crystal to be doing this. We are very proud to have her on board. She does a lot of work with Lex June, and she is graciously donating her time and efforts to us for this ARCA event. So big time thank you to Crystal. She is organizing the people. I believe she has a group of first responders up there pretty local to the track that she will be taking. So thank you to Crystal and those veterans and first responders for stepping out of their comfort zone and going to enjoy something as special as an ARCA race with Ryan Roulette and Roulette Racing in the number 67 car. So thank you very much, guys. That's about all I got today. I do believe we're going to check the schedule one more time, check our notes. We talked about the NHRA at Norwalk. I gave you the keywords for those. We talked about the ARCA event in Michigan. We talked about Eldora Speedway and the keywords for those. Talked about the stuff that happened down in Charlotte. You know, we'll get Albert back on in the next couple of weeks, and we'll talk about those events. Hopefully we'll have some pictures and some video and some things available for that. I know he talked to a lot of people down there. Taylor Kitchens with Above the Yellow Line Media. Make sure you go check her out at ATYL. She's got some motorsport stuff for you. She's absolutely incredible with what she's been doing and battling through her own challenges. So kudos to Taylor. Thank you very much for taking the time to speak with Albert and Chuck and all that attended that weekend. Let's see what else we got. We're going down. You know, this AI stuff, I use a device called Applaud to record my thoughts and put them into an organized uh, summary type deal. And just to let you know how disorganized my thoughts are, the AI suggestion is the AI has identified the following issues. Number one, there is a critical lack of clarity regarding who is responsible for blah, 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 blah. This poses a risk to event operations if not addressed immediately. So, my thought process and typing out my own notes, AI has said, you lack some clarity. So let's be a little bit clearer with our notes, shall we? We will try. We will try. I love this plot. It's really good. I just got to get used to using it and utilize the tools effectively, but it does do what it is advertised to do, no doubt. So thanks, Dave Cryer with Countersteer, for pointing out and directing me to the plot. I'd also like to give a real quick shout out to the Saturday Java Company. This is a small coffee company out of Connecticut who just recently partnered with Lex June. And they, in their first weekend of partnering with Lex June, saw something with Lex and Save 22 and have committed to donate part of their proceeds. I believe it was 10% of their proceeds from the sale of their coffee to Save 22. So thank you to Saturday Java Company. Really, thank you very much. I know it's not a lot and you're a smaller company and every little bit helps us. So thank you very much for that donation. We really, really appreciate your efforts in raising the awareness of us and what we stand for and our mission, and just getting more veterans out of their shell and back into the things that they love to do, whether that be hunting, fishing, camping, nature activities. Motorsports is obviously a big one with us and me. It really gave me my life back. My wife just said the other day that you are so much better now than you were even just 3 years ago. So I love you for it and keep being you. You're so much better than you were back in those days. So, thank you to everyone for joining in. It obviously a little different today, but this is a work in progress. It's moldable, it's shapeable, it's able to work on the fly. I had some notes, I went with them, and I didn't talk about things that I don't have direct knowledge of. So we'll let Albert come in, we'll let Karen come in, and any of you guys that were at the track this past weekend with Charlotte, or even at the 4 wide a couple weeks ago, email us. Oops, wrong hand. Email us at TuesdayTalk at save22.vet. We'd really like to hear from you and what your experiences were like. You don't have to share it. You can tell me to keep it anonymous. I'll absolutely do that for you. But we'd really like to hear from you. And don't forget about the options or the idea for a buddy check, right? A buddy check highlight where we do the one-on-one interviews. Email me some stuff on that. TuesdayTalk, save22.vet. Email us and let us know like who you recommend, or if you want to share your story. I know there's plenty out there, plenty of veterans out there doing great things who decided to continue their service before self by outside of the service by creating nonprofits or a business or a commitment to hire veterans, or whatever they're doing to assist veterans and give more of themselves even after their service time has ended. So let's share those stories, right? Let's get those people involved. Let's make them famous. I mean, I'm not famous at all, but the more we get their stories out, the more we share them, the more we tag them on social media, the more we talk about them, the more people will hear about it and the bigger it will get. I got asked a question, I think it was yesterday, by a passerby at that Minerva Murph challenge, if I felt that if we were making a difference, right? Is the numbers going down? Are we making a difference? And I will share with you that I don't know that I'm doing enough, or I feel like it's not enough. But that's me. And that's the way the guys inside of Save 22 feel that we're just not doing enough because we're still losing our bros, man. We're still losing our peeps. Alex just being the latest one, and it's a shame. It's sad. I want to work harder. I want to do more, and physically, our bodies just aren't letting us do that. So we need some help, guys. We need people that want to step up and take on the Save 22 challenge, take on the mission, speak on behalf of their experiences, speak on behalf of Save 22, go do events for us, stand up for us, take time out of your day and be a volunteer, be an advocate. We are looking for help with that. We're looking to create a training, I want to say program, training dossier, training sheet, just to let you know, hey, give you some ideas, and give you some training on how we operate, what we talk about, what we are doing, where we are going. Um, we all spend, I know Chuck does it. Chuck is a peer recovery supporter. I know John is, John Jr., our buddy, and then I think Wagner is too. Albert is. I'm in the process of getting mine, right? I took all the classes. It's a 40-hour class here in Ohio. I think it was 16 modules, 16 or 18 modules, took a total of 40 hours, and then a background investigation by the FBI. And that's as simple as going to the check site, filling out a piece of paper and giving a fingerprint, right? So, I'll challenge you to go do that. If you have a life experience that you can share, that you're willing to share, you're comfortable sharing, right? You've grown through it, and you're a better person because of it, and you want to share that time with others who might be struggling, hey, please reach out. I do have some resources I can share with you, get you to the right place. Now, keep in mind, Ohio's rules might be different than other people's rules for what a peer recovery coach or peer recovery supporter is. So I'll challenge you to make sure that you go to your state's repository registry, see what a certified peer recovery coach or certified peer recovery specialist requires, what kind of certifications, and go ahead and get them. I used to say I don't need a piece of paper to tell me that I'm good at something, but unfortunately, that's the way the world is, right? They only believe you if you got that piece of paper. So, you know what? Let's go get that piece of paper and let's make a difference. I don't have the next blowing smoke meeting, but I'm pretty positive I'm going to be there for that. So get on Facebook, check out Blowing Smoke on Facebook. They're a small men's group down here in Bolivar, Ohio, that talk about their experiences as veterans, first responders. We even have a mortician that comes by. He's retired. So, don't ever think that your experiences don't warrant or don't justify the emotions that you're feeling, right? Because they're yours, and nobody knows you better than you. And when you have to deal with something you're not familiar with, you need to ask a question, right? You need to ask yourself, what is going on with me? Do I know what is going on with me? And do I know how to fix it? And if any of those answers are no, reach out. Reach out to somebody and say that this is how I'm feeling. Mine was angry all the time. I had a guy tell me over the weekend that when he first met me, he was intimidated. And I never thought that I was an intimidating person ever. I always felt like I was intimidated, right? I was impressionable. I was a people pleaser. I wanted to wear the clothes that you thought I should wear. I wanted to talk the way you wanted me to talk, present myself the way you wanted me to present. And when my shit happened, I don't even know what shit that was. I turned into being apprehensive, and I put up a wall. I put up a barrier. I didn't want to be my true self. I just said, fuck it, I'm not going to talk to anybody, and I'm going to be an asshole. And I think that's what he's talking about, that my directness and my barrier, my wall that I put up, is what what led me to my shit. Um, not being open to the human experience of life, right? Being so focused on I'm a veteran and I'm hurting and it's every day and I don't know how to get out of this. So I'm just going to be fucking miserable. You know what? That's not the way to live, man. It's not. I can tell you that wholeheartedly. I think my problem started very young um, with alcohol, where I thought alcohol, beer specifically, was normal, right? That was something that all men did, and you just did it. And I didn't know how to control it. I thought everybody drank like I drank, which was fast and furious, balls to the wall, blackout drunk every time you go. And that's not the case, right? But that was my own misunderstanding of alcohol, right? Um, because of what I witnessed. Um, and that's not a slam. That's not a blame on parents or dad or the racing community or the people my dad hung out with or anything. It was my perception, right? My perception of alcohol and beer was that's what men do, and you laugh and you giggle and you have a good time, and that's what everybody does. And you work hard and then you go play hard. And it suited me for a while, I think, and then until it didn't. And when it didn't serve any part of me. It consumed me. It was the only thing I thought about. It was, when am I going to get that next beer? Am I going to be able to grab a 6-pack of tall boys on the way home? Can I pound 2 of those tall boys before I walk in my door and crack my third before dinner? Can I get that shake off? Can I get that antsiness, that embarrassment, that sadness of how I acted last night? Right? Never giving myself any grace for being drunk and stupid. Um, Always thinking I should have done better, right? And just never giving myself any credit for the good stuff. Always picking apart my bad stuff and focusing on that bad stuff and or my mistakes. And it took I really don't know what it took. I can't tell you. I don't have a light switch moment on this one like I normally do. But sitting this weekend around people that are drinking, I recognize that I did not drink like everybody else, and I still don't drink non-alcoholic drinks like everybody else, except right now because I had the computer problem this morning. I don't have a drink sitting next to me. It's normally full of water. 44 ounces of water with me at all times. Uh, I must drink 8 of those a day, right? Like I don't drink normally for some reason. It's a fixation. It's a whatever. I don't know. But I don't drink like normal people or regular people or non-alcoholics or non-addicts or non-drunks. I don't give a shit, right? Whatever. I just don't drink that way or didn't. Um, and a few years ago at a July 4th party, I picked up an NA, a non-alcoholic beverage. It was a 0.0 Heineken or a point 0.5 O'Doul's or whatever. And I freaked out right away because I'm like, man, this doesn't feel right. Something's not right. Something's not right. But I did it anyway. And what happened was I started substituting. And if you've ever been in any kind of addiction class or courses or anything like that, I substituted a non-alcoholic beer for a beer. And with it being in July and hot in Ohio and humid, I I started down the same path. So I was pounding 6 to 12 of those non-alcoholic beers a day almost immediately. And it was a very fast progression. Um, And my wife pointed it out to me. And she said, I think you're substituting. And I got a real kick in the balls. It was an eye opener. It was a, hey, yeah, I think you are. Right. And I had to really have a conversation with myself about why was I drinking those NAs? What was I doing to myself, or what was I thinking about when I drank those NAs? And the honest answer was I felt like I was back working in my garage, tearing up cars, wrenching, cutting grass, doing manly stuff, pounding alcohol. And, you know, I was substituting. So I just keep pounding and pounding and pounding, waiting for that effect. And it would never come. The only thing I'd have to do is pee a lot. And it turned into a problem, right? Like it really turned into a problem. I could only think about getting an NA beer. So be wary, right? Be wary. That's where my addiction took me. That's where my thinking, that's where my jacked up thinking took me. And now, I don't want to talk about it on the Save 22 show, so we'll talk about it another time. But when I get into something, I get into it all the way, and I want to commit, and I commit all the way, and I take ownership of it. And that's anything that I do. And that can be good and that can be bad. But you have to figure that one out, right? So we've been on here for a while now. I can't even see my clock. I know it's running somewhere. An hour and 15 minutes, 75 minutes. I think that's good enough. Unfortunately, Albert didn't get to join us. That's okay. We'll talk about that later. I know he was busy today. He's hurting. He had a rough couple weeks, man. With activity wise, and Chuck and John Jr. and John Wags, thank you for joining. Thank you for chiming in on the chats. We didn't have a lot of chat interaction today, but that's okay. This was more of a solo show, more of what we've done, where we're going moving forward. So listen, in Ohio, this is the time when we get a lot of events. We have a Cleveland Cornhole in July 12th. We have a Beach City Car Show July 19th. That's over in Beach City, Ohio, right? Those are currently the only events we have set up, scheduled right now. Check out Cleveland Cornhole and the Beach City Car Show in July. June, like I said, guys, we got a lot happening. Actually, we're going to be at the Jeebus Memorial poker run in Athens, Ohio, in that June 7th as well. So look for that. And then our friends with the and the Stigma Car Show up in Northeast Ohio, they'll be up there for that. So look for them as well. Our buddy Justin on Facebook. And the stigma. Break the stigma. Sorry. Got a cat doing his business back behind me. I'm going to have to go take care of that because that's nasty. Hey, guys, listen, that is all I got. I'm going to send you out with that song again. Thank you to Josh for putting this together. If I can figure out how I did it the last time. Nope, my button is gone. Really, if you have anybody that's a streamer, who wants to help me with this kind of stuff and maybe gives me some tips and tricks, walk me through a couple things that can help us with this show, please email me right there, TuesdayTalk at save22.vet. I could really afford some assistance. I could really utilize it, right? So this is me asking for help. Thank you for joining us today. That cat smell's got to go. I'm going to get out of here. Talk at y'all later.